I eat, sleep, and breathe digital products. And in the last 18 days, I made over $10,000 from selling simple PDFs made with AI. I will show you my backend, and as you can see the date stamp, September 26th to October the 15th, 2025, $10,624. I will go ahead and refresh it again. Yep, $10,624. So make sure to stick to the end because I will also be putting you onto a cheat code system you can use to start a high profit PDF business as soon as today, regardless of your experience level and without doing all of the groundwork. What still blows my mind is that these are just digital PDFs that took a few minutes to create. They hit the right niche and continue to sell over and over again. That's the exact strategy I want to walk you through right now. Make sure to watch all the way through because I'll be revealing the trick I use to scale up my sales and make over $500 daily. For more seasoned PDF sellers like me, I currently use Shopify for my PDF stores. The main reason why I use Shopify is the ability to scale my sales using paid ads. But for beginners, I will always recommend one of the other platforms I started with, Etsy. What I do is exactly what all the top Etsy sellers do, but they never reveal it. In fact, I was put onto this method by a very good friend of mine who after many years decided to reveal it to me and teach me how it's done. As a new seller, you would innocently think all the top sellers started like you and just listed their products and waited for all their organic sales to come in. That's a big lie. Yes, organic sales work, but they are slow and could take a while to build up. You do not make millions of dollars from digital products by just relying on organic sales. So again, make sure to watch all the way through because I'll be revealing everything to you in this video. So instead of pulling up oversaturated products like digital planners and fitness trackers, let me show you a product that is far more interesting and even more profitable. Picture this, a simple line drawing of a coffee cup. Nothing fancy, a cup of coffee with the steam rising from it slowly into the air. It looks elegant, modern, and fits perfectly with the minimalist trend. So now let's check out the seller store. As you can see, all they sell are PDFs. Customers buy, print it out, and have them framed. I ran this store through Everbee, and here's what it told me. This store has pulled in $1,856,142. Somebody probably created these in less than an hour, and it's now paying them way better than a full-time job. Imagine the profit margin on these figures. No shipping, no inventory, no overhead costs, just PDFs made once that sell over and over again. And here's the thing, that's not a one-off miracle. This works because it taps into something universal. Coffee isn't just a drink. For millions of people, it's part of their identity. It's ritual, it's comfort, it's energy, it's community. And when you combine that deep emotional connection with artwork that looks clean and aesthetic in a home or office, you've created something people don't just want, they feel like they need. That's why designs like this spread so quickly on Etsy. Now, think about it from a buyer's perspective. Imagine someone just moved into a new apartment. They're decorating their kitchen or their coffee bar. They go on Etsy and type coffee wall art. Up pops your design, clean and simple, priced at just a few dollars for a digital download. It's an easy yes. They click buy, they print it at home or at a local shop, hang it on the wall, and every morning when they make their coffee, they see your design. It becomes part of their daily routine. That's powerful. And here's where the magic happens for you as a seller. Once a customer buys from you once, they're more likely to come back. They might think, I should grab a matching set from my dining room, or this would look amazing in my office too. That's when having a full collection becomes your secret weapon. You don't just create one coffee cup design. You create 10 variations, maybe different flowers in the steam, maybe quotes incorporated into the design, maybe matching mugs or pastries. Suddenly, you're not selling one file, you're selling an entire theme. And each listing increases the chances that you get found in search. Now, let me show you how ridiculously simple it is to make these. I go to my favorite digital art generator called Nano Banana. For the prompt, we will describe what we want. A line drawing of a coffee cup with steam turning into flowers. Minimalist, clean aesthetic. In a matter of seconds, Nano Banana gives me a ready-to-use design. I can have it create different variations. I will download them all. And boom, I have an entire collection ready to upload. That's a week's worth of listings done in one afternoon. So now I do not just depend on Etsy traffic to get all of my sales. When I started off and was using Etsy, organic traffic used to account for about 30% of my daily sales. The remaining 70% of sales were made using a niche platform paid ad strategy. A very good friend of mine who makes over $1.5 million annually selling digital PDFs put me onto this. This was after many years of him not revealing exactly how he makes so much money online. This is something all the top sellers do, and it's something simple but yet so overlooked. Pinterest ads. When we hear about paid advertising, we all think of Facebook, TikTok, Google. But not a lot of people know how much of a gold mine Pinterest ads are. Yes, those other platforms work for other business models like drop shipping, agencies, e-commerce, and so on. But Pinterest ads, it's like they were designed for Etsy, and that is the loophole the majority of people don't know. The ones who know about it utilize it to the max and make so much money. And that is the reason they do not really like making it public. The target audience in Etsy and Pinterest are over 90% similar. People, especially moms, go on Etsy with a purpose. They are not just scrolling for fun. They are looking for inspiration, decorations, designs to use, and so on. And guess what? This audience is ready to splurge on what they like as long as the price is fair. And this is exactly the secret method I used to make a lot of sales on Etsy before expanding to Shopify. I will give you guys a rough breakdown of my campaign structure. And this is what I use for all my PDFs. It's always one campaign, 2 ad sets, and the same one ad creative. For the 2 ad sets, the first one will have 4 to 5 targeting keywords, and the second will be broad with no targeting at all. My budget is only $5 per day to start with. Once my ad is running, I analyze it after the 3rd day. I turn off the ad set with no sales or fewer sales and let the budget fully distribute towards the winning ad set. I just then keep the ads running and scale my budget gradually from there. And this works all the time for me. I can't fully dive into my whole ad process because it will take a separate video. But if you want a more extended video on it, check out my other videos on my channel. If you're watching this thinking, okay, I want to try this, but I have no idea where to start, don't worry. I put together something called the passive PDF method that shows you exactly how to start, which PDFs you can recreate instantly and start making sales on right away. And most importantly, how to drive traffic to your PDFs that convert like crazy into sales. You'll find the link down in the description or in the pinned comment. So now the delivery side of this business is where things get insane. If you sell physical products, you're stuck dealing with shipping delays, inventory, customer complaints. But with digital downloads, all of that disappears. You create the file once, upload it, and Etsy automatically sends it to the customer every time they purchase. You could be asleep, traveling, at the gym, and you're still making sales. That's why people call it passive income. It's literally money while you sleep. Now, let me give you one of my favorite little tricks. When I deliver my digital file, I always include a bonus PDF guide that says, here are the best ways to print your new art. Inside, I give them tips for printing at home, using an office supply store, or uploading to a professional print service. At the end, I include a thank you note and a little request for a review. That one extra page can double or triple the number of 5-star reviews I get. And those reviews boost my listings higher in search results, which means even more free traffic and more sales. Now, imagine this compounding over time. Let's say you upload one new listing every day for 30 days. That's 30 chances to hit on a winner. Even if only one of those listings makes $200 a week, that's over $800 a month from a single design. Stack 2 or 3 winners and suddenly you're making thousands per month in truly passive income. And remember, those designs keep selling next month and the month after and even years from now. This isn't a side hustle that dies out. It's one that snowballs. And here's the part nobody talks about. When people find a shop they trust, they don't just buy one item, they follow it. They come back for birthdays, holidays, redecorations, and gifts. Your shop becomes their go-to source for decor that matches their style. That's how small sellers turn into 6-figure businesses without spending a single dollar in ads. The truth is, you don't need to be a professional designer. You don't need expensive software. You don't even need experience. All you need is consistency and the willingness to experiment, because every listing you post is like planting a seed. Some will fade, but a few will grow into trees that bear fruit for years. And if you plant enough seeds, it's only a matter of time before you're running your own digital art empire. So if you're serious about building this into a business, I put together a private system where members can literally just copy what we do and get the same results selling PDFs online. Tons of people inside are already seeing results. You don't have to do this alone. But whether you join or not, at least promise yourself you'll create and post that first design. Now, I know I packed a lot into this video, but honestly, this is just scratching the surface. There are so many hidden strategies and tricks we use for the PDF business that I can't fully cover here. Otherwise, it would turn into a full-blown course. And if you're sitting there thinking, okay, this is interesting, but I'd have no idea where to start, don't worry. I created the passive PDF method for people who want to learn how to set up their own PDF business without going through the trial and error phase. It's a private system where I walk you through everything step by step. Inside, I cover how to come up with PDF ideas, how to create them even if you have no art skills, how to build out your store for maximum conversion, and most importantly, the different traffic strategies, which I personally use, that actually work. And lastly, how to put the process on repeat so your PDFs can continue selling in the background even while you're doing other things. You'll find the link in the description or the pinned comment. Of course, you can always just watch my free videos, take notes, and piece it together on your own. That works too. And honestly, most people don't even take the first step. So if you do, you're already ahead of the curve. But if you want a shortcut and prefer to have everything laid out in a clear roadmap, then the passive PDF method is designed for you. It'll take you behind the scenes and show you how I run my own digital PDF business so you can model the same process. So if you're ready to take action, hit the link in the description or pinned comment to get started. And remember, every day, new people are jumping into this and building their own PDF systems.